in just a few seconds here. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Bum, bum, bum. Am I think I'm still waiting on Facebook. There it goes. Perfect. Hey guys, welcome back to the CETV live show. This is your DM Alex coming to you live from Comic Emporium. Today's show, first off, let me talk about last week. Okay, so last week there was no live show and there was very little updates, and unfortunately, that was due to a bad accident that my daughter was in. She's okay, everybody, she's okay. But it did take us out of commission for a couple of days, and we're back to normal this week. So I appreciate everybody's well wishes and concerns and everything. And just yeah, she's much better. And she'll be with me tomorrow. So let's talk about this week. So if you don't know, if you haven't been following anything, then I'll be the first person that you're going to hear this from. Tomorrow is the return of the annual Free Comic Book Day. Now, yes, we did do it last year, but we had to do it much later in the year. This year is the actual return to its normal starting day, which is the first Saturday in May. Free Comic Book Day is an international event that started back in 2002. This is something that comic industry has been doing. It helps promote not only some new titles, but this is our way of giving back to our fans, to our friends. This is your way of finding something for your kids to read, and they have everything well, they have everything organized by age appropriate. So, but I'm going to get into that. First, I just wanted to talk a little bit about Free Comic Book Day and what tomorrow is going to look like. So, first off, if you are a subscriber to Comic Emporium, that means you have a pull box here with an active subscription, then you will be getting in at 9 a.m. You guys are going to come through the door. We're going to have a little bit of breakfast for you. We're going to have all the comics laid out. You guys can come in and take whatever you like as much as you like. That is our way of saying thank you to our subscribers. We really appreciate you. We really cannot do this without you. Our Wednesday Warriors, every single Wednesday, you're the reason that we continue to be able to do this for you guys. So this is our way. Once a year, we give back to you. All right. Now, for everybody else at 10 o'clock, we're going to open the doors to the rest of the public. You guys come in, you're going to be limited to 3 items a person. So you have to be here in person. You know, I'm sure you've got 12 lovely nieces, nephews, grandchildren somewhere, but if they're not with you, you cannot get comics for them. Bring them in with you. Let them come in and explore the store and actually meet your local comic shop people. Now, Free Comic Book Day is only available to your comic shops and your libraries. So if you're in an area where, like, maybe you have like a gas station that has like comics on a spinner rack, they're not doing Free Comic Book Day. This is specifically for your local comic specialty shops and your libraries. So let's say you get here at 10 o'clock and there's not that title that you're looking for. We're partnered with Bay County Public Library. You can go see Miss Kat Khan over at the library, and she will also have free comic books available to you guys. So feel free to go and check her out as well. And if you go to her first and she runs out of something, then come see us, and we probably got it as we may have it for you. Now, after 2 o'clock, we're going to open it up. You guys come take whatever you want, as much as you want. We don't want to keep it here. That's kind of the point of this. We want it to go home with you. So come in and get whatever we've got left. For our cosplayers out there, you guys, for our cosplayers, if you come in your costume, your full costume, we have a very special gift just for our cosplayers. Okay? So come in your costume. Let's see Spider-Man. Let's see Batman. Let's see Mandalorians. Whatever your costume is. As long as it's more than just cat ears or elf ears, you got to have the full outfit going on. We have a very special gift just for you guys. Okay? That's what we're doing special this year. So we'll have that for you. And I can't wait to see all of you guys. I really can't. Comics are such a big part of our culture now. They're on TV. They're on streaming services. They're in the movie theaters. They're everywhere you look. Comic books are one of the few just original American art forms that we are still celebrating. And yeah, if you go for a digital comic, that's cool. I'm not hurt by that by any means. And some people will be like, well, if they're not buying comic books from you guys, doesn't that kind of, hurt you? Well, think about it this way. If you're not buying the printed comic books, then they're going to print less of them. And if there's a less circulation of comic books, that means the comics are going to go up in value. That's just the way it is. So, I just want you to read comics, really. But yeah, I kind of lost my train of thought. I hate it when that happens. Did that ever happen to you? Happened to me. Okay, back to comic books. Do you just some quick fun facts? Do you realize that the first actual comic book, not comic strip, but the first actual comic book was printed in 1938, and it was Action Comics #1. That was the debut of Superman. And you know what's really cool about comics is uh because like when you get a movie, right, you can see these really like dynamic action scenes, right? You get that moment in the theater where Captain America holds up Mjolnir and says "Assemble," and you get that goosebumps, so that rush. You can't get that, from a book. When it comes to books, though, what you do get is you get that internal struggle, right? You get to know that, like, their feet were lead, their core was shaken, they felt fear, that's what you get from books. What's cool about comics is since comics have started being published, we actually get a mix of both of that because they can create that internal feeling that you can actually experience and read and feel, and you also get these really amazing visuals, right? And that's cool. And it's really great for kids who are, they don't want to pick up a book because they want pictures, right? So they get to read this stuff, they get to see the pictures, and they start making connections that, they can see a scene and get a real good feeling from it, and then associate it with what's going on in the words and stuff. And it's a very smart thing. And if you go talk to Miss Cat at the library, she will talk your ear off about how great comics are for kids. So yeah, I think I'm running out of time. So let me continue it real quick. So free comic book day is tomorrow. Again, our subscribers, 9 o'clock you get here. Come on in. We've got, breakfast for you. We're gonna have unlimited for you as far as what we've got on the tables. And then for everybody else, starting at 10 o'clock, you can come in and it'll be a limit of 3 items per person. Now, I did say I was going to talk about the age grouping. So they've color coded all of the comic books. So the free comics that have a green free comic book on them, free comic book title, those are all ages. Green means go, right? So green means everybody can read this comic. It's safe. All right. And then they've got the blue, traditional blue free comic book label. Okay. That's going to be for your older teens. That may have some, a little bit more mature subjects, a little more advanced as far as, discussions and things like that. So that's a blue title is going to be for, let's say 13 and up. And then they're going to have red titles. Red Free Comic Book Day. Red means stop, means pay attention. Okay, red means this is a very mature comic. So don't give this one to your 5-year-old, right? So when you come in, if you don't know anything about comics, there are 3 colors you got to know. Green means everybody, blue means 13 and up, red means stop and ask a question. Maybe this isn't appropriate for a 5-year-old, right? So that's going to be on the tables for you tomorrow. All right, I'm almost out of time, so I'm gonna wrap this up. Okay, so free comic book day. Don't forget, bring a friend. This is your chance to get something new. This is your chance to get something free, and free's always good, right? Plus, you can come in and come talk to me. Come show off your cosplay. Let's talk cosplay. We've got plenty of cosplayers now. And this is an all ages event. So bring your kids, bring grandma and grandpa, show them the comics that you love so that they'll know. and get your kids into the stuff that you love. You know, if you like Spider-Man, this is a good chance for you to come in and show them, you know, hey, here's some free comic books for you. You know, start your collections. All right, I'm out of time. So I will see you all tomorrow. Subscribers 9 a.m. Everybody else 10 a.m. After 2 o'clock, it's free reign. You guys come get as much as you want. This is your DM Alex coming to you live from Comic Emporium, and I will see you all tomorrow.